Unto us a son is given. He will be called Counselor and Healer. Today we come together to celebrate one of the greatest mysteries of the Church. In fact, this is the greatest of all the mysteries of the Church. When God, without the need of no one, humbled himself to come to become one of us. If we search in other religions that many of the world have, we see that men search for God, and that comes from the very inner to search for the supreme. But our God searches for us. He comes to be one of us because of that sin that once took place in that Garden of Eden. When our forefathers, created in the image of God, they went against the will of the Father, and they sinned. And at that very moment that sin entered the world, God made a promise. And that promise was that the serpent, who was the form of the evil one, was given a really harsh condemnation. I'm going to wage war against you and the woman. You try to strike at her, and she will step on your head. But the fruit of her womb, he will make victory over you. And that promise continues on through the history of the salvation. We call it the history of the chosen people. That from time to time, after God entered into a covenant with Abraham, he continued to renew it with his son Isaac, and so forth, even with Moses and all the prophets and all those who came. And for thousands of years, the vision of God that he will save man was always in his mind. God did not do that with the angels. Because the angels are different from us. They are very spiritual, and they are very intelligent. And they know what they were doing when God revealed the mystery of the incarnation to them. And he told them that he is going to become incarnate. He is going to become human. And we know that Lucifer, together with his company, said, we will never kneel in front of a human. A human is lesser than us. And that moment, hell was created for them, and they were separated from God. There was no second chance with them. But because we, who are really the very part of God himself, because we are created in his image, not only he allowed us to sin and give us free will, but he even promised to take away that sin by the blood of his very Son. And today in the Gospel we heard the Annunciation of how Jesus was born. It was born because it was the time for Mary, who was announced by the angel that she was going to be the mother of God. That because of the census that was taking place, together with her spouse Joseph, she went to Bethlehem, and there, in the cold night, no inn for them, in a cave, she gave birth to her firstborn. And we know that that is what God prepared. He prepared to send his Son, pauper like us, to endure everything that we have, to be one of us, even to share the pain and to share all those things that the world sometimes make us go through. So that through his life, death and resurrection, he can give to each one of us that reconciliation with the Father and the salvation of our souls. Yes, we meditate today on that great mystery. That mystery that is beyond the human reason. How God became flesh. How God intended to become one of us, so that in his flesh he can die on that cross and become the high priest to reconcile with the Father the sin of humanity and restore the whole creation. And that's why that responsory song was sung today. Today, our Savior is born. And because of that, the world rejoices. The church rejoices, because that Son of Mary has brought what was destroyed by sin.